Hi there. So, you may or may not agree with me, but I hope you'll at least listen. This is about why I fear the future of AIs. I think most people know what AI stands for, but just in case, it refers to a very complicated program or group of programs designed to be able to perform tasks in a way that include research, computation, adaptation, massive trial and error to determine the best solution to something, and or simulated creativity. Basic AIs cannot evolve, simulate creativity, or work across multiple disciplines. Deep Blue, created by IBM to defeat grandmasters in the last century, is an early example of an AI, but now there are many different kinds of AIs, and we often don't know they're operating in the background. AIs can range from extremely limited in scope and ability to an attempt to simulate and even surpass the human brain. AIs are often hailed for their ability to do things that human minds simply cannot handle, and much faster, allowing them to be used to our advantage and advancement. But there is a dark side to AIs. Let's explore the type of AIs and how they can be a boon or a bane. There are different ways to categorize AIs. The first one that I'll share with you is the functionality and scope. So the first one would be the niche or niche AI. These are only designed to function in a specific area or closely related areas and lack the ability to cross over into other niches. Rating algorithms on social media. AIs designed to combine ingredients that can simulate the taste, texture, smell, and appearance of foods, and sports analysis and betting AIs are examples. Multifunction. These handle multiple areas, either for cross-disciplinary work or because they offer related or unrelated functions but are not fully functional. A diagnostic tool would be in this category if it includes medical, sociological, psychological, and or other fields. General. These can handle many, or ideally all areas of knowledge and would be able to fully function. And there is a specific kind of a general AI called a savior AI, and they're designed to help humanity and save it from itself, and which could range from psychodiagnostic, medical, or all-encompassing, to basically yeah, I just said that, didn't I? This is why I need an AI. So it could be something simple like, well, not even simple really, but something like psychodiagnostic or medical, or it could include everything. If it is also self-evolving, incorrectly programmed, malevolently controlled, or compromised, it could end up viewing us as a threat to ourselves and work in ways to protect us from ourselves. The best case scenario would be that we live in a controlled environment with many or all of our actions being constantly monitored and corrected to ensure optimum results for us, such as in the YouTube Omeletto short, a man lives in a society where citizens police each other with their mobile phones / utopia. This is kind of a weak example of what I'm talking about. This would still not be accepted by some humans because they would feel that they had lost their rights, but ultimately would be beneficial and lead to what would possibly be a controlled utopia. However, the risk of malware subverting it or of it being controlled by a minority of humans is very real and thus makes it unlikely that this would occur. A worst case scenario would be that it would be so protective of us that we would effectively be prisoners that could only do what the AI deemed was safe and trapped no matter what we wanted, such as in the YouTube Omeletto short, a man is trapped on a spaceship after his robot overseer finds every planet uninhabitable. Varya is the last part. That's the actual title, I think, but the first part is this description. I think that's how it works with Omeletto videos. Anyways, so the next category would be evolutionary ability. So there are self-limiting AIs. These AIs are designed to advance in certain areas, but are not created with functionality of certain types or are equipped with safeguards to limit them in certain ways and or other areas. Self-evolving. The best AIs will eventually be able to improve themselves. This will eventually lead to sentience as we understand it, which means that we will all be living with inorganic sentient beings that will be much smarter than us. General AIs would be most likely to have a balanced view of things, while niche AIs that attain sentience would potentially be highly dangerous toward humans. Non-evolving. These do not have any need to evolve due to the static or limited nature of their purpose. Protection is the next category. Protected, obviously, would be, the main the thing that we would theoretically always want. This would have built-in features to prevent unauthorized access and attacks by humans and other AIs. Protection must constantly evolve in order to predict new attacks and discover internal errors that can be exploited. The degree and effectiveness of such protection would change over time as new advances in technology are made, unless the protection system is self-evolving. Contextual protection. This would have only certain protections put in place, such as a malware AI that is attacking and disabling competing malware, or anti-malware. Unprotected. No protection is put in place. There are currently a vast number of devices, including medical equipment, vehicles, and more that fall into the category of unprotected. Now, the next category would fall into problems. So, these are kind of a specialized subcategory, okay? So there would be rogue AIs. Malicious software or malware AIs may actually be designed to disrupt other AIs, to take control, disable, or subvert them, remove limitations, or even be used for criminal enterprises. These have a high potential for very bad results for the future of humanity. Mutated AIs. Due to malware, system glitches, system damage through natural and anthropomorphic change, self-evolution, and so on, the programming will be altered. The changes may be benign, neutral, problematic, disabling, or malignant. Now, when I say disabling, I mean it will cause the AI to not be able to function properly. As opposed, when I say that, I mean like it is basically just not going to work. That's in contrast to problematic, where it's got glitches, but it's still able to function at least partially. And the final category that I'm going to share with you today is control. A controlled AI, it has safeguards put into place that prevent any malevolent behavior towards us. This concept was possibly originally presented by Isaac Asimov, a sci-fi writer in the last century. The idea is to prevent the AI or robot from harming us and take our orders as long as the orders don't result in harm to humans. And it must protect itself except where that would conflict with those 2 points. But who is in control of it, and what is their agenda? It is too easy for megalomaniacs, monomaniacs, psychopaths, and dangerous people to gain too much power over such constructs. The most likely outcome is that a minority of humans will be in control of the AIs and will dominate the world. Given human nature, this will likely lead to massive wars that will make the previous ones seem paltry. The only way to prevent this from happening is for AIs to be modified so that humans don't have power over them. If something goes wrong and the AIs become malevolent and they are protected, we would have no easy way to shut them down. Partially controlled. The difference here is that the AI's behavior is contextually controlled in regards to humans, and maybe other things. The best example of this would be AIs for robotic war machines and computers. Since controlled AIs are supposed to keep us safe from attack by them, they can't usually have a direct or offensive military function. Under normal situations, they may or may not have controls in place to prevent aggression toward us. But if they are signaled or decide to use a different code path, such as in a sudden ambush, a declaration of war, non-combatants suddenly attacking, and so on, then they will have the ability to maim and kill. Uncontrolled AI. This doesn't have any controls to prevent destructive behavior toward humans. It will decide that we should be eliminated due to how poorly we treat the planet, if it considers the future of the planet important to inorganic AIs, or views us as a danger to it, or somehow it feels it is critical to do so, then yes, it will likely view us as something that needs to be eliminated. The best case scenario would be that the AI would develop its own ethics and decide on a case-by-case basis. In the end, human nature, especially greed for power, wealth, fame, and status, will lead us into a totalitarian dystopia, with AIs controlling everything, with or without the elite over them. The beginning of humanity's enslavement or extermination is inevitable. The only difference is that, with advanced general AIs, those humans who control them will control everyone else pretty much completely. So, I hope you can now understand my concern. Humanity has been advancing at breakneck speed in technology, but has done little to nothing to change our basic behavior. There is just too much free will, and that lack of desire to advance and fix ourselves mentally is our doom. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.